to spread like an inmate burrito. Nigga, my granny be buying me ammo. I might send a junkie to slop for some Cheetos. G2 9 make him jump like a mattress. Yeah, quick drawing his face like acne. I'm catching bodies, but I don't play Madden. Don't diss on the gang or it's up like an addict.
Carmony. Carmony. driving JJ out of control.
Be on your way.
When JJ gets angry, it's like a dog that's backed into a corner.
JJ has no control over his emotions, and he will lash out at anyone telling him what to do.
He just explodes.
JJ will destroy furniture.
He's thrown his bed across the room.
JJ will take a screwdriver and punch holes in the walls.
Knife mark, knife mark. Those are also knife marks as well. There's nothing that he won't destroy. JJ's not afraid to hit me. He will kick, punch, bite. If there's any objects around him, he will throw things at me. One day he had a knife and he told me that he would stab me, and I had just had enough. He had it in his hand and he was like, I went up to him and I said, look, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And he said, I'm gonna stab you with it. And I said, if you're gonna do it, do it.
I have to do chores all day. Don't cuss at me.
Things have gotten so bad that I've had to hide the knives under the bed. So every time I want to cook, I have to come in here because I can't have them in the kitchen.
JJ is very verbally abusive.
He'll call me a bitch, whore, a dumbass. He'll call me a fat cow. JJ will run away. One time, he was missing. I called the police, and I had to report him as a runaway. As I was going through his messages on Snapchat, I found a picture of him holding a gun and with smoke coming out of his mouth. Come to find out, he was riding around in a car with an 18-year-old boy and a 13-year-old girl. I was frantic. My biggest fear is that JJ's gonna either hurt himself or somebody else. And I'm just...
School was forced to implement a safety plan for the entire school. As a result of 54 disciplinary infractions that he's incurred in the last 3 years, he's been suspended over 20 times. Take a look at this.
JJ is very disruptive at school. Grabbing students and putting them in headlocks, shouted, "You're an to the teacher. Took his shoes off and threw them towards one of the adults. JJ's disciplinary record for just the last 3 years is 7 pages long. Justin threw rocks at a student, hit another student in the eye. Justin used inappropriate language towards several other students, saying, "Knife you bitches." JJ will curse teachers, principals.
Goes around school banging on doors. He will walk around when he's supposed to be sitting.
If he feels he doesn't want to be there, he will leave. If you try to stop him, he will flip desks upside down. Classrooms have had to be evacuated for the rest of the kids' safety because of his behavior.
JJ is constantly getting into fist fights at school.
One time, I got a phone call from the school to pick him up. When I finally got home with him, he pulled out of his pockets broken pencils, and he said, "Mom, I was going to use this to stab the principal." The school can't even control him, and their only option now is just to call the police.
The kids at school are constantly pushing JJ's buttons, and the end result is always been a fight.
JJ has been suspended over 20 times in just the last 3 years.
If JJ continues on this road, partner, he has no future.
What happens when you try to restrain him?
He will fight back any way he can, whether it's kicking, punching, biting. It just creates more violence.
At school, they've actually had to evacuate the classroom because he's slinging desks around. Correct. And kids could get hurt.
Correct.
He shared with a mental health provider that he has homicidal ideations towards students in his classroom. Specifically identified a threat and a plan for a specific student in his class. He's unable to return until a threat assessment can be conducted. So there's actually a student that he's identified and said, "I'm going to kill this person." So they said, "Well, we can't let him in here."
Correct.
For that reason. So this isn't just he blows up in the moment. He's like premeditated something that he's going to do against another student.
Like in a rude way. My hands start tingling because I can feel like a rush of sensation go to my hands, and then my body kind of heats up. When I'm like super fired up, my body will start like shaking because I'm so mad.
Then I have to do chores all day.
Don't cuss at hit me. I usually cuss when I'm mad, and I don't like cussing around my mom. I usually say something like, or I have levels of anger. First is arguing. Second is where my voice gets more louder. Third, I'm like ready to fight. And then fourth, I just start pushing them and calling them. And 5 gets fist involved. I'll start socking. Mainly whoever got me to a level 5, I'll keep on hitting him and stuff. This one kid, he said that he was gonna like my mom, and I asked him what the hell he just said, and he's like, I'm mom tonight, and I turned around and I broke his nose. When I do get mad, I threw my mattress and a metal water bottle at the wall. That's from the water bottle, and those up there is from me throwing knives at the wall when I'm home alone. One time, I got really mad. Instead of hitting my mom or my mom's boyfriend, I ended up punching the wall. That's from me hitting it. Another time, I just ended up stabbing the wall. I just started cutting the wall right here. I sliced it and I stabbed it. I do want to control my anger, but I can't.
Well, JJ, what's up? How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. You got some real fans out here. Your mom and your aunt and your grandmother, everybody thinks you're a pretty cool kid, except for when you get angry. How do you do in school?
Pretty good.
Yeah? What's your favorite subject?
I just like chemistry a lot, and we do a lot of fun experiments in science, and then I just like humanities because I'm like really high in it.
If you have just free time and can do anything you want to do, how do you spend it? What do you do?
Hang out with my friends or just like relax and play games.
Yeah. When you say anger is a problem for you, what makes you angry more often than anything else?
Mainly just pushing my buttons.
Like what's a button?
Somebody talking bad about my mom or just annoying me really bad, calling me names.
You did something that I was very impressed with. You described your 5 levels of anger, and you came up with that yourself. Do you know what insight means? Well, insight is the ability to see and understand why you do the things you do. A lot of adults don't have that. Most adults don't have that. But you broke your anger down into 5 different levels very accurately, and you in fact identified the first cues and triggers for each of the anger levels. That's really impressive. And it's also very important because when you can recognize the first link in the chain for the anger sequence, like it is now, like when you feel that, you know what's happening, right? Mm-hmm. It's not going to be too long before I'm throwing stuff and yelling and stabbing the wall. Or you can learn some new behaviors, and that can become a cue that triggers a coping sequence. So recognizing the first step is really important, and the fact that you've already done that is like huge, right? This is Dr. Sophie over here. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, it's huge. Do you ever feel yourself going through them and say to yourself, oh, here's 1, here's 2? Yeah. Do you think you could stop at 1?
Sometimes.
But if you learned some things, you could.
Do you want to learn? Do you want a better life? What would make your life better?
Not being so angry and stuff.
I struggled with addiction all throughout my life. Doing meth, smoking weed, drinking. JJ was right beside me the whole entire time.
At one point, Justin and his mom were homeless and actually living out of her car.
JJ and his mom
were in drug houses, going from couch to couch. JJ was exposed to a lot of dangerous things.
JJ never witnessed me doing drugs. I used to think that because I was behind a closed door, that I was keeping him from it, but that wasn't the case.
The situation at the time was sad. JJ wasn't being cared for. She was using paper towel and a plastic bag as a diaper.
One time, JJ ran away when he was 3. He wandered into the neighbor's yard, and the neighbors knew that it was a known drug house, and they called the sheriffs. Later on, CPS came, so I had him hide in a cupboard, and I told him that there was a green monster outside, so he would be really quiet and really still, because I didn't want them to take him from me.
JJ was in the middle of things that kids should not be exposed to.
One time, JJ seen my ex hit me, and he had grabbed a knife to protect me. JJ tripped on the extension cord. I didn't know if he just stabbed himself with a knife. Another time, at the known drug house, I could hear people getting beat up upstairs. All of a sudden, there's a guy standing there. He had a gun in his hand, and he cocked it back, and he goes click, click, and then he points it at my face. He said, "Bitch, get upstairs now." And I said, "No, I have an 8-year-old child that's sleeping in the room behind me." I was just praying like, "God, please don't let anything happen to my baby."
Why do y'all think he is the way he is?
It's a mixture of everything, genetics, but a lot of it is, as a child, he has no control over his environment. And that was me and my bad choices.
Okay, where's his father?
He passed away when he was 5.
So when JJ was 5, his father was actually shot and killed by the police because he was evading the police.
Correct.
Is it not true that JJ at this point is kind of a miniature copy of his father in terms of his emotions and his rage and his explosiveness?
Yes. Definitely. Yes.
There's that anonymous poem, Children Learn What They Live. You say that you always kept him safe.
Really,
But he was in drug houses with drug addicts,
Right.
and when he was 4 years old, a SWAT team put a sniper gun in your face, right? Because they raided the house.
Correct.
I'm really curious about this because you knew this was going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you weren't on drugs.
No.
Why the hell did you leave this child in this quagmire of sickness and chaos?
She would hide herself so well.
Did you not know she was on drugs?
Well, yes, I did.
But she'd go radio silent for 3 months at a time. Why would you not call the police and say, "My daughter is on the street with a child, and she's a drug addict going from drug house to drug house to drug house with this poor innocent child. Find this drug addict of a mother, find that child and bring him to me."
I understand.
You have a daughter that's using paper towels and plastic bags for diapers, and she is begging you for diapers and formula. You're in contact with her because she's begging you for this stuff. At that point, you hope there's somebody clear-eyed enough to say, no, I can't tell you what to do because you're an adult, but I can take this child out of this mix.
At that time, I had just recently divorced myself, and I purposely, being by myself, bought a 4-bedroom home, and so I did try to get her to come.
You know how that sounds, right?
I know how it
I
sounds.
did try. I
Yes.
had a house, and I said,
Hey guys, I'm here on the Dr. Phil show, about to be interviewed. My goal is to be Insta famous. I'm hot. I really don't see any problems with myself. I love me. Everyone else should love me too. The world needs me.
I admit I've missed your spectacularness until now. If I meet you out in the world, whether I'm a guy or a girl,
You're gonna be starstruck and be like, oh my god, who is she?
I would try to get over it. But
My goal is to be a skinny legend.
what is a skinny legend?
A skinny legend is someone who is hot and skinny.
Okay, why do you want to be famous?
They need my face out there. Look at me now, bitches. I'm on Dr. Phil. You're not on Dr. Phil. You're all sitting at home probably eating. Like, when you're skinny and pretty, like, you get so much more in life. Like, I have been ugly and I have been hot,
guess
and I
I'll
choose
settle
hot
down
every
one of
single
these
time. Like,
days.
I would rather die hot than live ugly at this point.
So, old people are ugly.
Yeah, no offense.
How is that not offensive?
Because I said no offense.
Oh, okay. That makes it all right.
Look at these shoes. Do you have these shoes? No.
No, I don't
What
have
are your
those.
shoes? What kind?
I couldn't tell you they're black. But
How much do they cost?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, mine were $1,000.
Okay.
I could go stomp some bitches' heads out with these and they'd be blessed.
Do not disrespect my platform by dropping.
I'm from Jersey, girl. That's how we do it in Jersey.
Well, you're going to be back on a bus to Jersey if you do that.
All right, all right.
How many followers do you have?
40,000.
After 2 years?
Yeah.
And that changes your life.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, I have a YouTube channel, and last year I had 2 billion views, and it didn't change my life.
When you're popping on social media, like, you get all kinds of stuff. Like, I get free laxative teas. I just got free sunglasses in the mail the other day.
Because, like I said, I had 2 billion views, and I didn't get a single laxative tea.
You're screwed.
How many of you, if you were going to follow somebody out of interest, just by applause, how many of you would follow Ava? Part of this is an act because you think it'll get you attention, and part of it is you're just desperate. But I'm asking you to get real for a minute.
I am real.
No, you're just play acting. Ava now admits that she wasn't ready to listen to anything I had to say the last time she was here.
Last time I went on the Dr. Phil show, I went on for the sole purpose to become a viral meme.
I'm hot. I have money. I have a nice body.
None of what I said was nice to say. I was trying to shock people.
The more labels, the better. Come on! Because I like shoving it into our bitches' faces.
Every single move I made on that show was calculated and well thought out.
Well, I feel like with my Instagram, I have influenced, like, a lot of people to be hotter. I've made all my friends lose weight and, like, be better looking.
I definitely wasn't ready to listen to anything Dr. Phil had to say at the time. If I lost all my followers tomorrow, I wouldn't care. Fame is temporary and soul-sucking. I'm meant for so much more in life than just posting pictures of my butt on the internet for everyone to see.
Hi.
How are you?
Fantastic. How are you, Phil?
I still think I'm hot, and I know I'm hot. But I have a real confidence in myself now that doesn't just come from how I look. 6 months ago, after getting my nose broken by a crack whore, my life was falling apart right in front of me, and I lost control completely. And control is what I wanted in the first place when I went on the show. I gained a bigger platform off of Dr. Phil. I want to use it for good and have people see the real me.
Thank you for coming back.
Thank you for having me back on to do this.
So how are you doing now?
I've been through a lot. I did get punched in the face by a loser.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, she knocked some sense into me because here I am.
So since you've gone, a lot of things have happened. You picked up a big group of followers, like double what you had and all of that.
I mean, that's what I was here to do. And obviously, you said I'm one of your most talked about guests. Like, I came here with a purpose, and that purpose was fulfilled. And it got me a lot of hate. It got me a lot of attention. It really hurt my real life relationships, at least the ones I cared about and things like that. And there's
Running your mouth, I have my young niggas running your house. You could be dead for the sun even now. But you could mob it, don't tell them the next. I got my whole phone full, but my heart's on empty. Don't know what you want, you've been gone and you left me. Get what I got, it's for naught. To the next, please. Stuck in my emotions at a loss when you text me. When I'm in, you're out, you gon' take me down. You complain about everything, go out, not shit, and you left me. Running your mouth, I have my young niggas running your house. You could be dead for the sun even now. But you could mob it, don't tell them the next. I got my whole phone full, but my heart's on empty. Don't know what you want, you've been gone and you left me. Get what I got, it's for naught. To the next, please. Stuck in my emotions at a loss when you text me. When I'm in, you're out, you gon' take me down. You complain about everything, go out, not changed about how you came around. Yeah, always try to play me while you play around. So tell me what the deal is, tell me what you want, yeah. I can't even in my trunk, and we cruising up in traffic with the top down in the
Drama.
I'm just a little nigga from Charlotte, the biggest new artist. They wanna see me up the road with my lawyer, fool, dismissing the charge. No BDB here, so you gon' pull up Affinity's challenge a charge. 21 immortal, we'll never die. Loyal to my brothers, I never lie. Call me Bird. jet like Tetris. Mama Sita, where you at? I've been trying to reach you. So pull up, baby, can I see you? I'm down to meet you, holding me. What all do you want from me? ARs and them 223s. Fucking around with me, you see. I'm dip, new car, new whip, drop top, new pill, new Glock on my hip. Why you stepping on the scene looking bad? Only got a hit 'cause the dream that I had. Gotta focus up, any means get it back. The loyalty, that's the cream for your ass. None of my niggas on the scene looking bad. Your name 'cause I'm sorry. This is not an apology. You are such a distraction. That's what time. Hot damn, hot water, hot shower. Hot Atlanta smoking green cauliflower. Tangerine, yeah, I call it. I ride my shit in my lap, little nigga, folk reaching up under. How you a gangster, but nigga in high school, you was one of them niggas I used to beat. Most of these niggas out here sick, so. Maybe we can get along, maybe we can be friends and another looking like my friend. Baby, oh my nuts. With the model, either way, the boy the greatest, play it, I won't say it no more. I was just fucked up, I was just down bad. I had to tighten the fuck up, but I'm here for the crown.
What you doing with all that ass? Let me touch it. Let me feel. She say it's mine, so I smack it when I fuck it. Freaking the
I was broke as fuck, down on for my ass, had the lowest luck.
damn, son. Where'd you find this?
I'm really popping. How can I slip if I'm the one doing the mop?
Hey, what's poppin', guys? It's Young Stalin, Lil Kurva. I know a lot of y'all
So I need a rover truck of Billy Cool.
Now look, guys, these networks may not be accurate, you know. I assume my guy Lua just got it from Google, like a quick Google research about him. So let's just not take these networks too. Lil TJ is apparently worth $1 million.
Don't trust me. Bitch, I'm a menace.
YNW Melly, 1.5 M.
That's a fucked up environment.
550, 600 hundreds, 720s, let's get straight to it. 800
Handle me? Who gon' handle me? Thinking he's a player.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? How's Megan Thee Stallion gonna have more net worth than YNW Melly and T Grizzly, bro? She only been popping recently. Ha! I mean, hey, I love Megan Thee Stallion. I think she's great, but something inside me is telling me that these net worths are all cap.
On the team, he put in all that work. He wanna be the MVP. I told him ain't no team. Running in your fucking off. 30s off. Talking about
That's a crazy looking straw though. Like, hold on, NBA Youngboy 2.5.
Niggas ain't gon' stare ass. They running tail. Hopping out with my chains on. Bitch, nigga, don't tuck your tail.
Schoolboy Q 2.5. Okay, these sound
We gon' slide them. We line them.
believable.
This gon' rip. I got a blind up.
gotta move now.
Bravo 6, going dark. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. Get the bundle now.
Hold on, Marissa's in trouble. Marissa's in trouble. Breathe. They are struggling to breathe. They're struggling to breathe, though. Into the first room. They're trying.
It was cold. It smelled bad. Hard.
They have the third key. That other room, you don't even know what's in there yet. There you go.
Going into that clown room, when they were shooting at me and coming alive, that scared me so much. That was scary because I thought they were all statues.
Anthony, you seem a little concerned right now.
I heard screaming. My heart has never been pounding so fast before.
I can get it.
Gloria, that is tiny as hell.
Is it Dracula's original?
You better stop talking before I get violent. Oh my god, please. Gloria, oh my god! Gloria! Oh my god! The second they closed the coffin door on me, I couldn't think, couldn't breathe. Being in a closed space, darkness was very, very, very overwhelming. Okay, this is so much tighter than I thought it was gonna be.
Bring on the dirt.
Oh my gosh, I cannot do this right now. Oh my god.
Three, one, go.
Oh my god, okay, I'm sending you the first code, okay?
Okay, got it. 0187.
I'm in a coffin underground. Gloria, please hurry up. Some people think that they'd be fine in a closed space, but when you're actually in it, it's a completely different story. I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy.
Uh-oh. All right, we got one box. We got one part of the shovel.
I'm sending you the second code, Gloria.
Got it.
All right, we got another box open. That's two boxes.
Okay, got the last code, girl.
Gloria! Please hurry up!
All right, we got the last box. Get that shovel together and dig your friend out. Here we go.
Coming, Christina!
Yes, Gloria! Please start shoveling!
Christina, I'm right here, girl.
$50,000 is down there. You're digging for treasure right now.
I can't breathe, Gloria!
You can go 3 minutes without air before the brain shuts off.
I definitely got really nervous. She was struggling with the dirt a lot.
Talk to me, Gloria!
Christina! I swear to God! I started getting really frustrated with Christina because I'm losing my breath as well, and I'm trying so hard, got scratched up everything to get her out. Okay, can you open? Can you open? No! But, I definitely understand where she's coming from. Being buried alive, you're not going to be super reasonable with the person who's in charge of getting you out safely. This one's breaking my back.
Gloria, are you taking a break?
Bitch!
I am trying really hard. Gloria!
Go, girl! Let's go, Christina! Okay, I'm gonna kill you.
It's like a zombie Christina back from the dead.
I don't know how you expected me to open this with all this freaking dirt. That was definitely the worst thing that could have ever been done to me.
3, 2, 1, go! Oh!
Oh my god. Water was like rising and rising. As it was coming up, I didn't think I was going to be able to breathe. I was kind of panicking while I was underwater because I couldn't catch my breath.
That water is going up. Summer looks real worried right now. All right, you better hurry up, Sophia. Save your girl. Go save her. Keith, he's trying the first one. First one doesn't work. She's trying the second key. Second key doesn't work.
Put that thing in there.
She's going for the third. Third key, trying it out. Oh, it worked! Oh, she got the flag! Time! 3, 2, 1. Go!
They lay eggs in your ear?
Oh, she's spitting already.
Ew.
In my mouth while I'm trying to chew was probably the worst part of it all. In my face and my nose, the smell was
My grandfather didn't commit suicide. Everyone has possible motives. He altered his will before he died. What? When people get desperate, the knives come out. Knives Out. Rated PG-13. Thanksgiving.
bearable. I freaked out.
Devin is 2 marshmallows down. And Tiana ate 1, so 5 more to go.
It was like an army of insects trying to attack me, buzzing around my ear, trying to get into my nose.
Oh, it's in your hair. She got a marshmallow stuck in her hair. Eat it, girl. Eat it.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Girl.
Eat it, please.
I'll eat
I
it.
can't do it.
Tiana is not having any party whatsoever.
She was freaking out for sure because that was one of her worst fears.
She wasn't carrying her weight at all.
Oh, Tiana is paralyzed with fear. But there's still 1 marshmallow left. It's all up to Devin.
Hurry.
Look, if this don't bring them closer, I don't know what will. And time.
Get us out. Please get us out. Please get me out. Get me out. Get me out.
Come on, y'all doing it.
Oh, man. I feel her pain. Yeah, me too.
You can't predict how you're going to feel when you have to face something that is literally your worst nightmare. I am anxious and stressed. As I'm pulling myself in this box, I am just thinking that I'm going to die.
Hey, you guys got this. Let's go.
Come on, guys. Come on, B. You got it. Trust me. You can do it.
Good job.
I want to be anywhere else but here. I hate this.
Start the truck. Time will start when the cement hits the box. Here comes the cement. They are getting those knots. Go. They're going fast as they can.
Right when that cement hit, it was harder than I thought it would be, like heavier. You have a mentality that this is hardening it second by second.
I need the rope.
Our strategy was get to whatever knot that we saw the end of right away, and then keep that end of the knot going in between our hands, never dropping that into the cement.
All I could focus on was, I gotta get out of here, and I could not think about the knot. Everything that I needed to know just...
Watching B drowning in cement, I want no part of this.
Remember, once they get it untangled, they can pull a rope and it'll stop the cement.
Come on, B.
It was really heavy and great.
Got it.
I'm done. I gotta get the...
Oh, quick. Get her out of there. Are you ready?
Yes, ready.
Let's go.
All right, on my go. 3, 2, 1, go. Y'all look extra thirsty right now. Extra thirsty. Breathe.
A big part of our strategy was to make sure that we don't let the water get too far up. That way we don't accidentally choke on the water and we can take a big enough breath to hold our breath underwater longer.
Now, Kale, how you feeling right now? This is pressure right here, right?
Let's hope this man relives his traumatic experience.
I feel like I'm waiting for the results of a pregnancy test. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Jerry, this is your worst nightmare. This is where you face your fear.
You got this, guys.
Oh, damn, there goes your phone.
Phone is gone.
Just relax, guys.
2:30.
Think about the money.
Oh, yeah.
Don't think about the money. Think about the water.
Think about your life.
You got this, guys.
Your worst fear is about to happen. The water's about to overtake you.
Just relax, guys.
Hey, don't talk.
There's no challenge issue. No challenge issue. You can do it. 3 minutes.
Just pull it. Oh, Jerry, come on, buddy. He's about to get it. He gotta go. Pull it.
Stay calm.
Now, you sure he's still in there?
Jerry, you did that. You faced your fear, man.
You did great. I'm so proud of you.
Start the water. Nice and cold. Feeling like you're beginning to drown. 3, 2, 1, go!
This Thursday, don't miss the movie that has everyone talking. Stephen King's Dr. Sleep.
Whoa, they on the move, they on the move. Go left, other way. Oh, they're stuck.
I'm scared of drowning. I'm scared of being stuck and unable to move. All of a sudden, I can't think. I saw her hustling. I saw her moving things, and that shocked me back into reality. Like, I need to get things out of the way.
Aubrey is all twisted. She might get stuck. Stop.
That challenge was honestly a double whammy for me because I'm scared of enclosed spaces and I'm scared of drowning, and it was a little bit of both.
I can't believe I'm gonna have to be chained up while seeing my brother suffocating. I hope he doesn't freak out. He's a little bitch when it comes to tight places, so don't be a bitch, dude. $50,000 on the line.
Stuck out the air. Carlos, how you doing? You ready? Let's do this. He said, let's do this. All right, let's go. Rah.
Love you, Mom.
3, 2, 1, go.
Please do it, dude. It's really hard to breathe. Dude, I can't even move. I'm losing feeling in my legs now.
Max and Carlos are freaking out.
Please, hurry up.
I think Max and Carlos may be going home.
Find the keys, Maxwell. I can't find the keys, dude. They scooted down. That's when he slid me in there. My life is at stake, you idiot. Just kidding, I love you. No, just find the keys. One lock down. You got one lock?
He's got the first lock. You got one lock. All right, Max. 1 minute, 30 seconds is gone.
Ow. Get you out, brother. I play around with latex with my girlfriend. But not like this.
Lock down. Second lock. All right. Second lock.
There it is.
Randy, what are you over there clapping for? What's going on?
That clap down.
He's working on the last lock. Keep missing the key, Max. You keep missing the key. Wrong key.
$50,000. This is like my worst fear, and like I'm just thinking about the $50,000 because that's really important to us because my mom always worked, 3 jobs. It would be so nice to just show our appreciation for her. Carlos, I know this is your biggest fear, but I got you. I got my nightmare, dude.
All you need is one more key.
I'm losing air, honestly. Carlos, brother, I got you. For $50,000, hurry up, dude.
Oh, hey. All right, okay. Hey. All right, here we go. Final fear. $50,000. 3, 2, 1, go.
Here it goes.
Mackenzie's at the bottom and Marissa has the top. They started with breathing. They did a little different than you guys. Started out with breathing. It seems like Mackenzie's the one that's struggling. Marissa's the one getting the wing nut. The ex-Marine is the one that's struggling right now. Uh-oh. Hold on, Marissa's in trouble. Breathe. They are struggling to breathe. They're struggling to breathe, though.
Don't panic.
Mackenzie, you good? Mackenzie's hurt. He's hurt. Mackenzie just looks panicked. I don't know what the hell is going on. Now she she's taking after her brother. She finally stepped up to the plate. She's crazier than her brother right now. Mackenzie got a second win. He's looking determined. Another wing nut. He's got 3 wing nuts so far.
Kind of stressful.
Looks like they're getting in a rhythm. They're getting in a rhythm. Oh, that's 2 more wing nuts. It's out. They got it. Uh-oh. Marissa's going the wrong way. You need to breathe. Pull the flag. Come on, come on. There it is. Final fee of $50,000.
Look, I'm quick little shit. Let me take this shit off. The subject that I'm teaching you guys. No money, trust me, bro. You can't be stressing. I'm about to teach you how to swipe from these little lessons. First, you gotta find a site for you to load on. When you go hit the Bitcoin, you can't be petty, bro. Put your money in, but can't be nothing under 100 though. If you wanna hit for big shit, put in 100 more. Go onto your site and it's gonna tell you which address to load. Then you type that same address on the Bitcoin machine. If you put the right address, it should pop. Hold on, bitch, you're going too fast. Alright, cool. Up green. Then from there you done with that Bitcoin machine. Hop in your whip, but you gotta play it low key. Cause remember, bro, you just loaded up on camera. Go to Starbucks, but make sure you bring your computer. Go onto the internet and log into your site. Wait 10 minutes and the money should be. Hold on. Dang, bro. I got one hand. Fuck. Computer. On your account, depending on what site you use, click CVV. Enter in one of your bids and scroll down the site. If you're trying to get active, then buy a piece tonight. Don't be stupid and buy a little $5 number, cause I know you're trying to be flexing on niggas by the summer. Okay, bigger 5. CVV, bigger than 5. I'm about to give you all a free method, but don't burn it out. How far to get a prepaid phone and make a Zelle account? But it'll probably be dead by the time this song come out. But if you still want to try, you can go ahead. Cause the nigga said he did it yesterday, so it might not be dead. So I advise y'all niggas just to go ahead. Add a fire piece on that phone that you just made with Zelle. Send $1,000 to yourself on another Zelle. Soon as okay.
as hell. Shit. There we go.
Nothing pops, get that phone and go throw it away. Now you can thank me for making you a quick band today.
Alright, my nigga. Alright, my nigga. I'm gonna take your lessons. I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm not really in the business of swiping, but if this YouTube shit decide to say, you know what, Snort, we don't fuck with you. Shit. Hey, look. I ain't clocking no motherfucking. I ain't punching no clock. I don't do that. But look though, my nigga. The shit was still trash. Yeah, we still on your music, nigga. We was off beat. All that shit, nigga. Besides, in World War II, my uncle said he shot a T-Rex. Hey, that's the best bar ever in life. And I'm waiting for that song, my nigga. But look though, man, I'm gonna catch y'all niggas later, bro. Besides, this nigga scammed my moms, bro. Hey, TJ 6 times, bro. We need that back. Yeah, go ahead and cash at me that, my nigga. Matter of fact, you stay the fuck away from my cash app. I don't need you scamming me, my nigga. I'm gone.
Hey there, Roblox fans. Have you always wanted to get tons of Robux for your Roblox account?
They better not fuck with that Travis kicking that Usher boy. Hold on, bitch. Yo. I'm gonna be in by now. Everything leading, I'm down at the pot. Something, this bitch is hot. Hold on, nigga.
Everything I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the knot. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it don't false. We call him Chaucer cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause her pussy pop. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock. Cardiac eye. I'm the boss man in a suit with no tie. I can't be sober, I gotta stay high. Put me some syrup in the can of the
Slime me down, nigga.
Like Bunny and Clyde. Don't worry, baby, I keep me some fire. She mayonnaise and burger, she cannot decide. The ladies Mercedes will go to surprise. Don't skip on Miss Lady, her pussy, her pride. Digging her back while I'm gripping her side.
Fine, yo.
Back, this ain't real her life. I told her to goggle and work on her eyes.
Hey,
everything litty, I love when it's hot. Tell them trust it cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause her pussy pop. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock.
Yo, come on. Big Slime. Oh, hold on. I got you.
I took the Billy Coop back in the hot day car. I put that bitch in front of the Billy in front of the driver. And man, this shit that weedy can't smoke in the road. Wow. I still double cut up, I'm drinking, I shoot up the tires. I'm in the coupe by myself. I had to kick her though when I was 5. Keep the hood was on the shelf. Horses around in the fan. I'm sick and tired of the young niggas act like they fine and telling me lies.
Telling me lies.
They the one created this and they get all this drip from my guys. Yeah, Cartier eyes, Cartier coat, Cartier as the watch. Cartier that. Cartier spec buffalo on the side. Pussy cut diamonds, they Cartier, yeah. Cartier bad for the Cartier thought. Sky Wrangler cool with 200 the dash. Cartier jeans, ain't no way I can say. Ain't no way I'm ever gonna go out. Bad, I can't go out, no way I'm gonna go out. I just grip on her ass and I show out. I sit like a champ and I wait on her whole lot. I just whip up a new Chanel bag and got whip it the wrist and I don't break the door out. Turn the whole top floor to a whole house. 100 racks and one do about the flood out. Okay, money.
No, this the part I was worried about, y'all. I've been lit the whole time. This is my favorite song off the album. Besides, well, this the number one favorite. What's the move? My shit. Surf. For me, bro. No.
I just passed it to the door like what's up. It's lit. I like the 504 boys, how I move through the lobby. Cisco told the play been hot just to show you the time frame. 100 mil down on my desk, but I'm still up deciding. Matching M's in my account to the truck in my driveway. I'm in that photo by myself. Know it's 100 more niggas outside. Know they gon' ride to the death. Had some good years, ain't no way I get tired. I gotta do what I feel. Every day Super Bowl, fuck it, oh well. I put a
Jamil on like Odell. She slid her head, now my business the gratitude torpedo. I had to go back and legal myself like I'm 13 and 0. I told her, baby, this not the remix, this the part of the sequel. No, we not living the same, we not making the same, we not equal. Yeah, 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 your mama can fly. Got some troubles, put that shit in the sky. Bought the
A phone company with no contracts, no fine print, and no more Saturday afternoons wasted waiting in line for help at the...
A 14-year-old boy shot and killed an innocent teenager to prove himself to his gang. At the trial, the victim's mother sat still and silent until the end when he was convicted of the killing. As he was being taken away in handcuffs, the mother of the boy who was shot stood up slowly, looked him in the eye, and said, "I'm gonna kill you," and sat back down, and the boy was taken away. After being in prison for a year or so, the mother of the slain boy goes to visit him. Now, that boy had been living on the streets before the killing, and she was the only visitor he ever had. Not even the gang members came to visit him. Now, he was kind of frightened before she came, but she said, "No, I just want to talk to you." And for a time, they talked, and when she left, she gave him some money for cigarettes. And then she started step by step visiting him more regularly, trying to understand the guy who killed her child. And she goes every few months. And when he's about to get out, at the age of 18, she asks him, "What are you gonna do when you get out?" He said, I've got no idea. I've got no family. I don't know." She said, "Well, I've got a friend who owns a little factory, and maybe I can get you a job there." So she arranges it with the parole officer. And then she said, "Where are you gonna stay?" He said, I don't know where I'm gonna go. I don't have anybody." She said, "Well, I've got a spare room, and you can stay with me." So he comes and stays with her. And so after 6 months, she pulls him aside and she says, "You know, I really gotta talk to you. Come on in the living room and sit down, let's talk." So she sits opposite to him and looks him in the eyes and says, "Do you remember in court the day you were convicted of murdering my son for no reason at all? And I said I was gonna kill you?" He said, "Yes, ma'am. I'll never forget that day." She looked back at him and said, "Well, I did. I did not want the boy who murdered my son to live on this earth anymore. I wanted him to die. And that's how I set about changing you and bringing you things and giving you a job and letting you live here with me. And you're not that same person anymore. That old boy, he's gone. But I don't have anybody. And I want to know if you would stay here. I want to know if I could adopt you as my son." And he said yes. And she became the mother of her son's killer. The mother that he never had.
Damn. Hey, yo. DDG's son bet him $1,000 that he could win a Fortnite match. DDG, little son or cousin, or he's like 3 years old. He bet him he can win a game on Fortnite. He's 3 years old.
You ready? You ready? Alright, grab the remote.
Wanna bet?
Huh?
Wanna bet?
Bet what? Very, very, very quiet. You playing Fortnite, bro.
Yeah.
You don't know how to play Fortnite. You don't know how to play Fortnite.
What?
Black Christmas, Friday the 13th of December.
You
ready?
Fortnite character.
Voyeur.
Voyeur?
Yeah.
How do you know who Voyeur? That means you really watch it if you know. You really play it if you know. Who do Voyeur look like? So yeah.
I'm going right here. Right here.
So what is you doing right now?
I'm breaking stuff.
Dude, what are you doing? You finna die.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you is. Huh?
Yeah.
So you can play on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
So how many kills you would get if you play on the PlayStation? You think you can get more than 2 kills if you play on the PlayStation? You think you can get 3 kills? So you telling me if you play on the PlayStation right now, you would get 3 kills? So you telling me if you play on the PlayStation, you would get 3 kills? Guaranteed. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
So 3 kills. So 3 kills. Really? Come on, let's go see. So 3 kills, right? So you telling me you not? So look, how old are you again? How old are you? Tell me.
3 years old.
So you telling me a 3-year-old can get 3 kills?
Yeah.
All right, come on, let's go see. Let's go see.
Yeah.
You know where the game at? Come on, go. Where the game at, bro?
I know.
I'm gonna turn it on for you, all right?
Yeah. How I get? Can somebody put me on the other side?
Who else is here that's gonna pull you on the other side?
Yeah.
So why would you say somebody?
Can you put me on that side?
Fortnite already loaded. Look, already loaded. So let me set it up for you. Pick Voyeur and stuff for you, and then you gonna play, right?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready? All right, grab the remote.
Wanna bet?
Huh?
Did they say you want to bet?
およそ60年もの間。Wanna bet?
Bet what? What do you want to bet? Where's he going? So, I don't know if y'all heard that correctly, but Woo-Wop said, "Did I want to bet?" So he going downstairs. Is you coming back? Huh? Is you coming back? What you looking for? Your backpack? Let's see what he got in here. So he just asked me, did I want to bet? It's probably a Nerf gun toy. So what you want to bet? What's in your backpack? Who do you want to bet? Wait. Come here. What is this?
Money.
So you want to bet money that you get 3 kills? So you want to bet me money that you get 3 kills? Yes? We did this before, right? Woo-Wop was trying to play Mortal Kombat one day, and he bet me some money and lost terribly. So
If I win, I get that money. That's all the money you get. I had that money if you lose, right? Right? So that's a bet?
Yeah.
Let's shake on it. Shake on it. Shake on it. No, shake my hand. That means confirm the bet. Alright? So, alright?
Yeah.
I bet.
Everywhere I'm gonna get you these many dollars.
You dropping some. You got money, bro. So you want to be voyeur, right? So this is voyeur, right? Right?
Yeah.
Right.
I got that one. I told you.
You got the toy?
Yeah.
Okay, so you ready to play? So you know how to play Fortnite on PlayStation? Alright. Ain't finna talk no more. I want my money, bro. Alright?
If you win, I'm gonna give you stuff.
Alright, if I win, you give me that money, bro. Right? Alright, let me...
If you win one time, then I'm gonna...
No, it's on you. It ain't on me. So look, I already started it. Here, put the money down. Here. There you go. There you go. So solo match, right? Alright.
Go.
So we got so what happens on a solo match. So how many times have you played Fortnite?
Like
one
time?
One time.
Yeah.
So why would you bet me if you only played one time?
I'm only gonna play.
So you're gonna get 3 kills. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got a band? You get money, cuz?
Yeah.
Alright.
Is there a party in there?
Yeah. So what you doing? Jump out the bus. You started. Jump out the bus. Right. You hear me? Y'all see, this is him holding the controller. This is him. What you think, Sal? Sal, you think he gonna lose? Oh, you can't even say it. Sal, you think he gonna lose? Yeah, me too, bro. Mrs. Nisbet says she think he gonna lose too, dog.
Yeah.
Bro, you don't even know how to get down, bro. Hit X. The blue button. Don't hit it. Just go now. Now go down like this.
No, I'm not.
Oh yeah, this is easy money, y'all. It seems like it's gonna take him a while to get down, so let's start the video back up when he get down. Go in there and get the chest. Go, what you doing? Go back. You gotta hit the pink button. The pink button. The pink.
Oh my god. TBG in this bitch.